Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you today? Welcome to Corp Vision with So Pretty Tony. Yet another episode we got going on here with the Angel Reese saga, right? It goes on and on and on. And here we are once again. Before we get started, I want you all to listen to my new music for my channel. Let's see, let's get it going here for a second. Y'all like that sound? That's just a sneak peek. Not gonna give you a whole lot. Not gonna give you a whole lot of it. Just a little sneak peek of what we got going on. That's just the instrumental sound, but we will get into it and get you more a little bit later as we finish getting it all recapped and finished. But let's get into it. We got Angel Reese, as usual, the saga that continues on this detrimental to the team type of situation that we acclaim is that's going on. I seriously doubt it. This is another one of those plots where we want to extend the vitriol to Angel Reese and continue to diminish her. I think everything, of course, for everybody is very clearly calculated. If we want to think back, or we go and we think back to what was said before, Camila Cardoso is Jeff P's pick. Angel Reese was Coach Teresa Witherspoon's pick, right? And it's inevitable. Here we are. She stepped outside the box. She made herself well known. She's giving you all the best of what she has every night when she gets on the floor. However, as you can see, she's not on the floor. Her back injury has or issue has flared back up. I personally think that she's been playing injured the entire time when she came back after, I believe, the 10-game stint that she was on. I feel like she was still hurt at that time and was battling through it for the sake of the team and wanted to finish out the year, which I understand completely. As an athlete, and this is your sport, this is where we are. We want to be able to give ourselves exposure, continue to play well, show our fans that we are here, that we are supporting, and that we're willing to play even through the toughest times and battling injuries all at the same time. As you can see, now we're at a place where Angel Reese said something, just expressing herself what she wants for the future of Chicago Sky, right? When doing that, it became a situation where they're saying, oh, she's detrimental to the team. I have no earthly idea what they mean about detrimental to the team. None. When you're just simply expressing your views on something, on what you would like to see for the team's future, I could tell you there's no way in stint that you can tell me or on earth make me believe that this young lady want to do anything other than what she did, and that would speak on some of the things that she would like to see happen for the team that will make the organization better as a whole. Should she have said it? Some say yes, some say no. I am not here to judge her on when she should or should not say something that would benefit her team, her organization, the way she sees fit, especially when she's giving you pretty much 100% of her. Let's think about that. Are we more concerned about our pride and our ego versus doing what we think is best for the organization? I'm sorry, guys, I'm maneuvering this stuff around, so it's a little bit better. Let's move one more icon. I got all these monitors, so I can bring you the best content, but I want to make sure all my stuff is ready, available, and open for you when we get ready to get to that point. Now, getting back in and going back into it, right? She said what she said. So just recap, these are some of the things that she'd like to see. I think it's more of a power struggle right now between Angel Reese, Van der Sloot, and Jeff P. Jeff P is Van der Sloot's pick. He brought her back to give the team a point guard that will be able to match the intensity and the level and be able to feed our bigs, i.e. Camila Cardosa and Angel Reese. Angel Reese moving from just playing a solid forward position to playing a point forward position have allowed doors to open for her on the floor as well as for the team and give the team a lot more than what they had, right? Sloot going down with her injury, with her knee injury, allowed Angel to excel in the point forward position. And she gave you day in and night in and night out a show. She put up anywhere from 15 to 24 points on the extent run of the games that she played after Sloot went down. Even thereafter, when she was on her injury, she came back from the injury herself and still put up 20 plus points. She had one game, I think, since she returned. One game she had 10 points, 15 boards. But beyond that, putting up 20 points per game, and you as the GM, Jeff Pagliosha, says, Angel needs to give me more. She needs to give us more. She needs to do this for the team. She needs to do that for the team. She must excel at whatever it is that she's doing on the court. That way we can be successful as a team. Angel gave you, Jeff P., exactly what you asked for. Where was everyone else giving their piece for Angel Reese to help her along and help push the momentum and the shift and the win for games that we lost that should have won? Chicago had more games that they should have won that they lost, which is no reflection of Angel Reese. She is a reflection of the organization as a whole, as a team as a whole. And she took that brunt. In every interview that Angel gave, she always put the burden on her shoulders as to why they didn't do something. What was the purpose of not getting this particular game secured? So she put it on her back, whether it be the turnover she had. There's some games where there was more turnovers than she would have liked, but coming from where she was, and this being the first year, her becoming a point forward, you're going to have growing pains when it comes to turnovers. You're going to have highs and lows. Some games, your teammates will be able to execute and get to the pass moving forward and passing the ball. No excuse for some of the turnovers that Angel Reese had. But when you are a point guard and you're thinking ahead, you're going to push the pass forward in a position to where you think that the player should be. Some say, hey, well, no, I think some of her turnovers were just her bailing herself out. If I had to put it on the scale from 1 to 20 on how many passes that she burned out that became turnovers that were bailouts because she was trapped and couldn't get herself out of situations, on a scale of 1 to 20, I would say only maybe six or 7 of those may have been an indication of that. But those other turnovers are clearly pathway passes where guards should constantly be moving and the ball will meet them right where they should be. As a point guard, you know these things. It's an IQ situation. I'm not going to pass the ball right to where you are and get it stolen. I'm going to push the ball forward to where I know you should constantly be moving to. If you're moving in that direction, then you're going to meet that pass. And then you're going to have a clear path to either stop, pop, and hit the jumper, hit the midi, step back, hit a long shot, a long ball, or hezzy, fake, get to the cup. that is the fundamentals of basketball. We can talk about it all day long about X's and O's and how we need to execute things a certain way. But when we're looking at basketball in its entirety, this is what we're talking about. This is the importance of basketball. This is the stance in which we take for what we feel or know basketball is or should be. It doesn't change in any way, form, or fashion. None. That's giving you clarity on where we need to be when we're talking about passes. But back to the Angel threw her team under the bus. No such thing. Every player that has got on that podium in a post-game interview has said something that the team needed to work on as a whole, and where they're not, where they're lacking, and just the fact that they're never completely, truly focused as a team. There's some games you can put on your back and your team can ride. And there's some games where you have to set precedents with 5 players on the floor and 5 players executing. The post players have carried Chicago the majority of this season. However, they didn't always result in a win, but they resulted into positive outlooks that could have put the Chicago in a place where they should have won some games. But I have a couple of clips I want you all to listen to and just get your thoughts. I know it's out there already. Some have said, but this is my spiel on what I think about the take of this podcast. Shout out to Swift for posting it out there. Let's go ahead and let's get this clip going here. Let's get that enlarged there, and let's play the clip.
Of all of this, that she doesn't have a ring, right? We're talking different currencies here. One, first off, we see star players do this all the time without a ring. This is not a new thing across pro sports. Like this is not a new thing by any means when it comes to star players using leverage. Is it new in the WNBA? Like, this doesn't happen in the WNBA. But you want to know why? The currency is different in the WNBA. Because frankly, motion in the WNBA is the biggest currency of all right now. And Angel Reese has motion to go up against anybody.
Let's see, guys. I could hear it. I know you could hear it, but let me go ahead and repost this because it doesn't look like it's playing on the clip. So let's see. Let me go ahead and get this on here again and readjust this here. Let's see. Let me get myself repositioned here. Let's get this repositioned so we can share this video here. I think it's a nice video to share that's will set precedents on what we're the dominance of the game here. So let's see. I'm gonna scoot that up. I'm gonna bring that forward. And now let's share. Now let's get this back from the beginning so you can hear this clip.
That's been a large critique of all of this, that she doesn't have a ring, right? We're talking different currencies here. One, first off, we see star players do this all the time without a ring. This is not a new thing across pro sports. Like this is not a new thing by any means when it comes to star players using leverage. Is it new in the WNBA? Like, this doesn't happen in the WNBA. But you want to know why? The currency is different in the WNBA. Because frankly, motion in the WNBA is the biggest currency of all right now. And Angel Reese has motion to go up against anybody right now. And to that point, you've seen champions come and go. They didn't give. the Chicago Sky organization did not give. You've seen these champions come and go. You've seen MVPs come and go, but they didn't have the motion. And we talked about in your article, Andrew, you can see it in NoCastSpaceWB.com where you provided the context of, hey, look, yeah, we were winning, but business didn't change when players left. I'm going to tell you right now, Angel Reese walks out that door, business is going to change. Business will absolutely change. There is no doubt in my mind that the business will absolutely change. You will lose money if you lose Angel Reese. This is the PEMDAS here is not very hard. Okay,
this is not a Lana Del Don.
This is not hard to calculate here, and so that is the only thing to me that in comparison to EDD leaving, to Kyle leaving, you go through the whole list. The thing that makes this so much different is the moment we're in women's basketball, how empowered these players are, especially within a CBA year, and what they are requesting, and rightfully so. But you're dealing with an anomaly. There's only a couple players that can go and do this truly.
Anomaly, y'all.
And you are an organization that has a history of this. You're an organization that has a reputation of being poor. And frankly, everyone knows, deep down, everyone knows Angel Reese is right. And that is what I'm incredibly intrigued to see, how that changes this. Because the motion is going to follow.
Yep. So I wanted to play that clip. I know that it seemed like it was at a still, but you were still able to hear the sound of this. These guys are great. If you don't know who they are, please go follow them. They do a phenomenal job on covering the league. So I say, hey, give it a shot. Again, I know that the sound was there, but the opportunity to watch them capture what they're saying wholeheartedly through and through. Now, when you listen to them, this is a big mistake. We all know that as fans of the game itself, when we talk about the game, we're talking about the game in the whole. We're talking about where we are when it comes to a business aspect and a mindset. Was it the right time to say what she said, or it to even be pushed out? That's the fact to be remain. I can say, yes, it was probably not the right time, or yes, I mean, she said what she feel. But to be suspended for the first half of a game for speaking words that now all of a sudden is detrimental to the team. There's many things that have been said along the way by the GM himself, by Pagliocious, right? About Angel Reese. Did he suspend himself? Did he take himself off the mic? Did he take himself and try to rewrite his wrong on the verbiage that he used when referencing her? No. She apologized to her teammates in private. She did it publicly in the post-game interview. And then the very next day, you turn around and you suspend her after having a team meeting, and it came from top down. Now, the discourse that you really want to show is there, because we also had to deal with the fact that Courtney Vandersloot also sat with the media halftime of that game last week, Wednesday, that was, I guess, applause to what she knew had come out, what she read, or knew what was going to hit the wall once it came out, because her name was in there. It was in the article. It was words of Angel Reese, but Angel Reese did not say anything that was detrimental, nothing that was harmful to Sloot. Her words were, yes, we have a veteran point guard. We love Sloot, and she's coming back from an injury. We don't expect the team to run on gears that, of course, Angel likes to run on, a fast-paced game. The game is at a much faster pace than it used to be. But on those same gears coming back from a fresh injury, it takes time to be able to maneuver and move around from an injury. Angel would know that. Angel's had a few injuries herself. Angel has a rod in her leg. Angel has, I believe, a plate or something in her foot. Angel has pins in the crease of her thumb. Now she has the back injury. You name it, she's been through it. She knows it. She knows how long it takes for you to be back 100%. Yes, are you ready to play? Yes, you absolutely are cleared at certain points of your injury once you recovered to come back and play, but you're not at your 100% best. And what Angel is saying, that we have her, but we can't rely on her coming back right away and giving us what we need. There's absolutely nothing wrong with saying that. And if Van der Sloot is a player and a player athlete and she understands, then she would absolutely agree with Angel in that aspect. She didn't throw her team under the bus. She wants more caliber players. There's nothing that's saying that her player, she didn't say my teammates suck. She didn't say that. She didn't say my teammates aren't any good. She just wants good players that are that can be a difference maker at this time. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. As a young player who's building herself to be your super megastar franchise player. She is your franchise player because she's the only one. She's leading you in every category. She's led you in every category since the first game, 8 games of the season. She has been your go-to. She has been your rock. And to tell her that she can't say a word about anything, she just needs to shut up and play, that to me is sexism at its finest. And this Chicago Sky is bullying your star athlete. This is bullying your franchise player. This is bullying your number one player that's putting butts in the seats, filling your arena, bringing you the exposure that you're getting. However, I say this about Angel Reese. Angel Reese is very calculated in everything that she do. And just because she's silent, that's always a killer for a Taurus. She is a Taurus, and anybody that knows anything about a Taurus knows that silence kills. You don't know what's coming. I hope and pray that all works out, because Chicago is a place where she wants to be and remain. And I totally get that and understand that about her, because she's loyal to a fault. Jeff P., you know this. Let's get it together, Chicago Sky. Let's get it together, organization, and find a way where this works on a common ground. Are you going to side with old, or are you going to side with new? And that's where we are with that. And I'm going to bring you another caption on old and new for Chicago Sky and what that means and what that entails. But for now, guys, I bid you adieu. I will see you a little bit later. But I wanted to bring this to you right now before we head into the last game of the season. What more to come? Basketball is my name. It's a game that I played. It's a game that I love, and I will always come out and give you the best of me. Again, this is so pretty with Court Vision. Please, if you haven't already, see that little flashing thing says subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you will be notified every time I drop. Hit that like button and also place a comment. I do respond. Place a comment. I'll respond. Good, bad, or indifference. That's what we are. We're all not going to agree, but let's agree to disagree. Bid you all adieu.